you doing there, folks? Baiters here with another video for you all. Today, we're gonna look at the top 10 fucked up new creatures in Fallout 76. We got snallygaster and papa swizzlers and handy givers. I'm just fucking with ya. None of those names are real, but it'd be cool if they were. Either way, we're gonna learn more about the creatures that'll be trying to slap our dicks in Fallout 76. Now cover up your nipples with a couple condoms, and let's get to average baiting, baby! At number 10, we've got the White Thing. What the fuck is that thing, you might be asking yourself? I know I did. It appears to be a giant angry penis that grew legs. Actually, this monster is known as the White Thing in West Virginian folklore. The white creature is a monster that resides in the mountains that rise along the lower Kanawha Valley and has been described as being as large as a bear, though shaped like a dog. Its saber-like fangs extend from its ravenous mouth, and the beast is covered in filthy white woolly fur. Not this guy, though. In Fallout 76, this guy was cooked a little too long, and now he looks like a giant penis. Its front limbs are similar to those of a raccoon, but are larger. From its head sprouts horns like those of a goat. It has a long tail not unlike that of a raccoon, and a stench of sulfur surrounds it like it shit itself. Legend has it the creature has been seen racing through the woods and scurrying down riverbanks to drink. Some witnesses claim to have seen it standing on its hind legs like a bear. Others say it has 4 eyes. Others have heard it scream. What we're getting here are a bunch of unreliable sources, if you ask me, okay? Pick one. The thing this creature is most known for, though, is having too many legs. Good golly, look at all those fucking legs. They're out of control. I rate this creature one dog who is terrible at telling secrets.
The chew toy is located under the oak tree.
At number 9, we've got the Flatwood Monster. The Flatwood Monster is also part of West Virginian folklore. It's also known as the Green Monster, the Phantom of Flatwoods, the Braxton County Monster, and that thing that made me shit my pants in the woods. The Flatwood Monster is assumed to have been an extraterrestrial by those who have told tales of it that spread along the Upper Elk River in the 1950s. The monster legend began in 1952 after a group of children watched a UFO crash behind a hill near the town of Flatwoods, West Virginia. Armed with only their courage, they and a local hairdresser scouted the woods. Because that's what you do when you see a UFO crash. You run and you find the nearest hairdresser, and then you go check it out. Because we all know hairdressers are fully qualified to deal with UFOs. That's one thing that we know about hairdressers. They searched the woods above the town where they discovered what they believed to be a crash site and encountered what some assumed to have been the lone survivor of the crash. Yeah, I actually met that guy in Fallout 4. What do we have here? Looks like somebody's lost.
Phone home.
Yeah, about that. I'm gonna stick so many things inside of your bumhole. You're gonna wish you never even heard of Earth, buddy. It was a towering alien that moved nefariously towards the group, which begs the question, how does one move nefariously? Is it all arms, or are there like jolted leg movements, or what? What's going on there? The monster was discovered as having green skin, a reptilian head, and long, thin arms. It is apparently legless and floats upon a device that allows it to glide across the ground. Various illnesses have been blamed on the monster and the sulfurous fumes said to have emanated from the crash site. Which is why you shouldn't huff alien exhaust pipes, kids. Let that be a lesson to you, okay? Subsequent sightings have been placed in or around this area near Sutton, West Virginia, and Gassaway. Reports of the close encounter earned national news coverage and were featured on a recent episode of the History Channel series Monster Quest. Well, that's pretty cool. I rate this creature one photo of a girl who recently got headbutted by a bull. Jenny, how many times I gotta tell you? Stop antagonizing the bull. At number 8, we've got the Snarly Yowl. This creature, called the Snarly Yowl, is also part of West Virginian folklore and has been roaming the mountains near Harper's Ferry, West Virginia, possibly since the first Germans settled in the upper Potomac Valley in the early 1700s, or so the legend says. Its evocative name is derived from Germanic words that describe a whale that emanates from a toothy mouth. So I think it's safe to say he's a biter. Legend says some who have encountered the dog-like beast claimed to have shot it. Yep, came right up close to me and my dipshit son Lester there, and I shot it right in the goddamn face. It's the third urban legend I killed this week, goddammit. Government needs to do something about that type of infestation. A motorist near Boonesboro, Maryland, claimed to have run over the monster, only to see it standing and rage indefinitely in his rearview mirror afterwards. Yeah, I either hit a snarly owl or a human being. Either way, they seemed pretty pissed when I kept driving, okay? Others allege to have seen it standing on its hind legs. Similar to the tales of old German settlers, Snarly Owl is said to appear out of thin air, to change its size and then disappear instantly. So basically what I'm trying to say here is we've got an amateur magician on our hands, which is kind of fun. According to the legends, the beast lurks along old main roads in towns, challenging travelers along the way. It has been encountered most often in the area of Blue Ridge and South Mountain in Maryland, Virginia, and West Virginia. In the game, though, it actually looks like an anorexic, hairless, hot dog-colored canine. Also, if you get too close, it will try to bite you right on the dick. Just an FYI. I rate this creature 1 Barbie who went ahead and got breast enlargement surgery. If you ask me, they look a little fake. At number 7, we've got the Mega Sloth. Here we have my spirit animal, the Mega Sloth. He captures my 2 best qualities, laziness and gigantic fingernails. Look at those bad boys. Good God. I wouldn't want to get one of those stuck up my asshole, I'll tell you what. Not that I'm into people or creatures fingering my asshole, but if I was, it would be a hard pass if they had fingernails like that. That's all I'm saying. Also, I promised my doctor no more strange fingers in my butthole, and I meant it. The Mega Sloth is a 3-toed sloth mutated by radiation. Standing over 9 feet tall, it could easily play center for the Lakers. Its body is covered with filthy, shaggy fur, with clusters of mushrooms growing in its fur on its back. And I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot in the dark here, but I wouldn't recommend eating those mushrooms, no matter how much your roommate dares you to, okay? That's how you go blind. Eating weird mushrooms off of creatures you just found in the woods. The Mega Sloth is similar to real-life sloths in that they allow fungus to grow in their fur. Because when you're a sloth, anti-fungus cream is hard to come by. Also, the Mega Sloth has heavily calloused patches of skin and a mouth full of sharp teeth. The Mega Sloth is also highly aggressive and fast, at least by sloth standards. So there's no need to run away, but do walk quickly when you see one. I rate this creature 1 lizard who is a 10th prestige in Call of Duty. At number 6, we've got the Rad Wasp. Now this is a giant wasp with other wasps coming out of its asshole, which is located on its back like a fucking blowhole on a whale. I don't know about you guys, but when a wasp 1/1000th the size of me gets in my personal space, I can't be responsible for my actions. I freak out. Last time Grandma got a little too close and was an unfortunate byproduct of what I would consider self-defense. Don't worry though, the doctors say she will walk again. What I'm getting at is that a normal-sized wasp sends me into fits of terror, so I can only imagine a giant wasp is like 1,000 times more frightening. Well played, Bethesda. Well played. Again, no folklore behind this creepy-looking thing, but that doesn't stop it from being a terrifying addition to this list. Just imagine a giant hornet's nest that can chase after you and fuck you up. Doesn't sound pleasant, does it? This bad boy has what appears to be the body of a wasp and a wasp nest combined into one and then enlarged for maximum terror. It still has wings, but I think those bad boys are just cosmetic at this point. It appears to attack only on the ground and uses its nest, aka its upturned asshole, to shoot smaller wasps at your face. I think it's safe to say it's gonna take more than pesticide to get rid of this ugly fucking creature. I rate this creature 1 lady who just found out she was on Punk'd, and she wasn't actually addicted to crack for 15 years.
Wow, now you tell me.
At number 5, we've got the giant toad. This one's just a giant frog. Not much to say about this guy. Maybe he was a prince before he was a frog. It's possible, but it's also unlikely. All I'm saying is just don't go around fucking any frog you see because you think they might be royalty or something, okay? That's how you end up on the news, and years later having a therapist explain to you that a frog can never love you the same way you love that frog. Oh yeah, doctor, you weren't there, okay? We had something magical, okay? Me and that frog, alright? I used to rub my dick on its forehead. Now, it's a frog. It does seem harmless, but it is a giant frog. So it's got a size advantage there. And if that's not scary enough, it also knows karate, okay? And just so you know, it's not afraid to sweep the knee when it sees a weakness, if you get what I'm throwing down. Okay, I made that last part up, but a frog that knows karate does sound more terrifying in my defense. Plain and simple, this is just a giant fucking frog. Or toad, if you want to be a stickler. Does it do anything cool? Not really. Does it have a cool folklore backstory? Not in the slightest. Why did it make this list? Because frogs are normally much smaller than this. So this would terrify me if it hip-hopped in my fucking general direction, alright? I rate this creature one monkey getting a titty twister.
Ow, ow, ouch. Ouch, stop that shit, man. God damn it.
At number 4, we've got the Grafton Monster. Now, is it just me, or does this thing look like a big angry tooth that grew arms? This makes me think that the tooth fairy is actually real, and it's a descriptive nomenclature, and people just haven't been leaving teeth under their pillows for years, and so it's pissed. It's got no head, so it's probably not a fan of hats. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out there. Maybe if it sees your character wearing hats, it gets extra pissed off, you think? Because it thinks you're showing off the fact that you have a head and it doesn't. It's all body, and I think it's safe to say it lifts, fam, okay? I mean, you don't get neck muscles that make your head completely non-existent unless you're putting in some work at the gym. See what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm getting at. The legend of the Grafton Monster also comes from West Virginian folklore, and the legend itself has endured since the 1960s, when sightings were at their peak. Is it a coincidence that the 60s were also a time in history when people experimented with large quantities of LSD? Who knows for sure, but sightings were booming in the 60s, that's for sure. Coincidence? I don't know. The man-like beast is said to be akin to Bigfoot or the skunk ape, the lesser-known stinky monster. According to the book Monsters of West Virginia, eyewitnesses have estimated that it stands between 7 and 9 feet tall and is cloaked in pale skin that is slick like that of a seal. Some also say it's headless, though recordings on night vision equipment seem to show otherwise. Who's the overly prepared person wandering around in the forest with night vision goggles? Oh my god, what's that over there in the bushes over there? Wait a second, just let me grab the night vision goggles that I packed in my camping bag. Yeah, perfect. It looks like we have the Grafton Monster over there. I can see it in perfect 4K HD here. Plain as day! Furthermore, hazy images captured during an instance of spooked cattle and detailed in the television show Mountain Monsters reveal a very tall creature moving quickly through the tree line. What others might have mistaken for a headless creature appears more like a skulking monster, its head tucked close to its chest. Some say it lets out a low whistle as it stalks its prey, which is good to know. I'll watch out for anything whistling at me in the dark. It seems counterintuitive, if you ask me, to whistle at something before you try to fucking kill it, doesn't it? Ah, god damn it. Another one got away. Maybe I shouldn't scream loudly when I sneak up behind it. You think? I rate this creature one fish who does not like it when you fuck with his Doritos.
The fuck are you looking at, buddy? Yeah, I saw you licking your lips. Keep walking, Twinkle Toes.
At number 3, we've got the Wendigo. This thing looks like my ex-girlfriend. Maybe a little more friendly, to be honest. She definitely had more teeth. It looks angry, but I think that's because it's naked. I'd be pissed too if someone was filming me in the woods naked and homeless. Wouldn't you? Now imagine waking up next to this thing after a crazy night out at the bars. Better put a ring on it, am I right, fellas? I mean, look at those sexy butt cheeks. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it, Wendigo. Known as the Wendigo or Windigo in West Virginian folklore, this monster actually originates from Algonquin folklore of Canada and the northern part of the US. The Wendigo is a large furry beast that eats people, so it's on an all-meat diet, hence its perfect figure. The Wendigo has a sinister supernatural story behind it as well. Described as a bipedal creature with big eyes and a very skinny body, it is said to be forever hungry, just like anyone else on a low-carb diet. The spirit of the Wendigo can possess people and induce them to cannibalism. Some tales say that these creatures were once humans that became possessed and turned into these cannibalistic monsters. And if a human were ever to practice cannibalism, the act itself invites possession by a Wendigo. Wendigo psychosis was a term used to explain some rare cases of cannibalism long ago among the Algonquin people, possibly stemming from the belief that one is possessed by a Wendigo. I rate this creature one referee who's getting a little too handsy with the players. Good hustle out there, and also nice ball sack. That's firm. We also have a character here we didn't quite know enough about to actually put on the list, but I had to put him on anyways, because he's just a fucking delight. As a bonus creature, we have the Mole Man. The fucking Mole Man. Look at this guy. I mean, this guy looks lonely as fuck, doesn't he? This guy looks like he's just up to some nefarious shit, right? Why is he concealing his identity with that gigantic hoodie? I mean, that definitely raises some red flags. I bet you anything if you were to make eye contact with this thing, it would fucking kidnap you, and it would feed you grapes in a dark room filled with expressionless dolls. Not much is known about this guy other than the fact that he looks like a real ladies' man, am I right? It's quite possible that before this picture was taken, he was just covered in tail from head to toe. Just beautiful women hanging off of him. Because nothing turns a woman on more than a monk robe, giant hands, and a gas mask fused to your face. Even though not much is known about this character, a few things can be ascertained from the photograph. One is the Mole Man is not based off of any known West Virginia folklore that I could find. Two, he appears to be a type of mutation from a human being. His hands have opposable thumbs and he is standing in a human-like pose, leading me to believe this guy might have been a hand model in his day. Good God, those hands are spectacular. But yes, he does seem to be a mutated human, with a gas mask fused to his face, probably from the radiation. Which sucks if he was a fan of not having a gas mask fused to his face. You know what I mean? Once you fuse something to your face, that's a pretty big commitment. I rate this creature one guy who can't be trusted during arts and crafts. At number 2, we've got the Scorch Beast. Now this to me is what happens when a bat, a dragon, and a deathclaw experiment sexually without the use of proper protection. It kind of looks like a military science experiment that went horribly, horribly wrong. The Scorch Beast is an enormous, mutated bat-like monster with a humanoid body, pointed ears, and membranous wings, allowing it to fly and soar through the air, like a bird, or a plane, or a Superman. Pick your poison. It is strong and aggressive. It attacks with razor-sharp teeth, claws, and a powerful sonic blast capable of shattering wood and metal structures. Basically, the Scorch Beast will huff, and he'll puff, and he'll blow your ass cheeks apart if you get too close. The Scorch Beast is one of those rare beasties on this list that doesn't appear to be based off of any particular West Virginian folklore. However, I don't think it would be difficult to make up a story about this thing if it started showing up in people's backyards. Honey, I don't want you to be alarmed, but it appears a giant bat came out of the sky and just picked up that Johnson boy. Good God, that kid's fucked now, isn't he? I rate this creature 2 people trying to marry a car, but the car is having second thoughts. Sorry guys, I'm just not ready to commit right now, okay? And at number 1, we've got the Mothman. This is the granddaddy of all West Virginian folklore monsters. The Mothman has gained worldwide notoriety. Much of the mythology surrounding this creature is tied to the deadly 1967 collapse of the Silver Bridge, which spanned the Ohio River at Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Some claim its appearance was a harbinger of the collapse, during which 46 motorists lost their lives in the icy river. But the story goes back further. Tales of the Mothman likely began when 5 men digging a grave at Clendenin near Charleston, West Virginia, claimed to have seen a man-like creature glide silently over their heads. Its eyes glowed like red coals, according to the tale. Word spread quickly, and shortly thereafter, 2 young couples out driving in what is now the McClintock Wildlife Management Area near Point Pleasant saw what they described as a man with 10-foot wings and red glowing eyes. They told police that the creature followed their car. Over the next few weeks, accounts of such a creature poured into the local police station. More than 100 claims were recorded. What is known is that all the sightings ceased following the collapse of the Silver Bridge, which led some to speculate that the sightings and disaster were related. The legend itself was further sensationalized in a book and later turned into a movie with my boy Richard Gere, showing us all how scary a chapstick can really be. What the Mothman was or still is remains a mystery. Some say it was nothing more than a large migratory bird. And honestly, I'd love to know what kind of fucking bird has glowing red eyes. Really? Nah, it was just a fucking giant bird with glowing red eyes. Something we haven't seen before, but it's just a bird. It's just a weird, fucked up looking bird. Other people believe it was an alien, because why wouldn't that be a thing? And others say it was an angel or supernatural harbinger of death. I rate this creature 1 lizard that doesn't give up easily.
Not today, motherfucker! Not today!
Thanks again for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to bitch slap that subscribe button like it's 3 weeks behind on your rent. Bitch! Where's the money, bitch? Where's the money? Where is it? Also, go ahead and hit that bell icon too, because apparently YouTube thought there should be extra steps. Why not, right?
I'd like to subscribe, but first I have to click this and do this. Oh, it needs an email. All right, and this. Okay, fuck. Just tell me when he's uploading. Fuck!
Once you do all that, if you're lucky, at the stroke of midnight, a tiny little Averagebaters fairy might come and tickle your butthole. Also, if you want to see another top 10 similar to this one, then go ahead and click that sexy little icon at the bottom left of the screen. And I hope to see you all again next time for another top 10.